need you. I really need your love right now. I'm fading fast.
Hi guys, so it's day 2 of Pioneers Festival. It's a little more calm today. You can see there's no one behind me. We've found a quiet little spot, don't you worry. All the activities happening inside the Hofburg Imperial Palace, and what a place it is. It's magical, guys. If you've never been to Vienna, do check it out. It's obviously one of the iconic historical locations, and what better place to actually hold Pioneers Festival. They utilize obviously the inside of the palace, but they also use the grounds as well. They have a bit of a beer garden going on, a lot of startups, investors, entrepreneurs kind of kicking back with a beer on deck chairs. Very Austrian, I guess, right? I mean, why not? It's beautiful weather here, so they really should utilize it. I can't wait to meet some fantastic startups and investors again today. Yes, I still have my voice. I don't know how. Yesterday I met so many incredible people with such amazing stories, so I can't wait to meet some more today. I also want to give a big shout out to Advantage Austria. Literally could not have done this festival without you guys. They brought us out here. Yes, that's right. They brought us out here, and they actually, facilitate this whole ecosystem tour of all their startups. We really got to know what are the new startups in Vienna, what are the new co-working spaces, what are the latest VC firms doing here in Vienna. We really got the full gamut. It's so incredibly exciting to be here. I can't wait to get started for day 2. Day 2, it's a 2-day conference. It's the last day, might be the best day. We'll soon find out. So let's go take a look around.
When I find myself in the middle, in the middle, in the middle, could you love me more, just a little, just a little? Overcomplicate, but it's simple, but it's simple, but it's simple. Will you love me more, just a little? So tell me now, when every star falls from the sky and every last heart in the world breaks. Oh, hold me now, when every ship is going down, I don't feel nothing when I hear you say, it's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. It's gonna be okay. I'm really sorry. Sorry I dragged you into this. I overthink. That's all it is. The way you love me, the way you love me till the end, the way you love me, oh yeah, it makes me king again.
Hi guys, so we're here at Pioneers Festival, we're inside, and I've come across the Google stand. Yes, have you heard of Google, folks? I don't know about you, but I've heard of this little company called Google. Now I'm here with Henning. Henning, tell me, what's Google doing at Pioneers this year?
We founded the startup initiative for the German and the Austrian market. Great. And we are from Google Marketing Solutions, so we want to help startups to grow with Google and to market their products and to find the right target group.
Fantastic. So you want to partner a little bit with startups?
Not partner, but the startups can sign up, and we want to get them in right contact with the right person, so that the person from Google can help them with material, with workshops, and also just to maybe to get a key account manager to manage their AdWords.
Very good. I like this. So tell me, is this your first, second, or third Pioneer?
It's my first Pioneer Festival.
What do you think of it?
It's a great festival. It's really fun, interesting companies,
right?
Cool people. It's great fun.
So you work for Google, huh? You're like the enigma. We hear about you guys. What's it like to work for Google?
Yeah, it's great fun. For me, it's an amazing company, and it's fun to work for.
Yeah, it's awesome. So what kind of startups are you looking to onboard? Are there certain verticals or all types?
No, it's all types of startups. Like we really would just want to, it can be an early stage startup or also a company which is, more mature, but just maybe started to use Google products. And
I love it. Where can people find out more about, can they get in touch with you? Yeah. Who do they get in touch with? If they want to sign up?
They have to sign up under this link. Maybe you can.
Yeah, it is. Okay, we'll put a little link, guys. Check it out. Can they speak to you, or who do they speak to?
Yeah, and then we will call the companies and see what their needs are, and then we will get them in contact with the right persons, and maybe also with me. It depends. Yeah.
Good job. I like it. Well, thank you for your time.
Thank you for your time.
Enjoy the festival.
You too. Bye-bye.
Thank you. Hi guys, so we're sitting back here at the Hofburg Imperial Palace. Yes, it's quite a place to be. And I'm sitting next to Oliver Holle. It's such a pleasure to meet you, Oliver. Now, you are actually a partner at Speedinvest, is that right?
Yeah, that's correct. We started this 6 years ago as a very small seed fund here in Austria.
Yes.
Kind of when there was no real startup ecosystem.
Right.
But now we're a 100 million fund doing deals across Europe, and things have developed nicely.
Yes, they've developed very nicely, and you were early to market. You have been here, one of the first ones here, I guess, in Austria, in Vienna specifically. To that point, what is it about Vienna that you think is such a hub now, I guess, for startups? And you guys are kind of, you're luring talent as well as pushing talent out. But tell me, what is it that really differentiates Vienna to other places around the world?
It's pretty simple. It's the most beautiful city in the world.
I know. and the most great to live, right? You keep winning all those awards for most livable city.
It is. Vienna continuously wins these things. I mean, you can actually go swimming and then sailing just like 10 minutes from here. You don't know that if you're not from here.
It's
but it has a lot of those things. But on the fact side, it's the second biggest German-speaking city in Europe, right after Berlin. So it's 2 million people. Yes. It's the biggest university city in Vienna, in Europe. There's a huge technical university, and it has been and always will be the logical hub in Central Europe for people to come. So that's all things that play together.
Absolutely.
And the startup scene is still young, it's still emerging, it's still a little bit immature, which I like because it's not so overhyped and not so expensive.
Right. Yes, that's always a great thing too. So tell me, have you always lived in Vienna yourself?
No, I lived in the US for a couple of years, on various places. Last time I was actually in Santa Cruz.
Oh wow!
So I sold my company to a Nasdaq company back in 10 years ago actually.
Fantastic.
And we stayed there for a couple of years. So I moved back to Austria in 2009, and then I didn't know what to do, so I started a venture fund.
Well, when you're not sure what to do, why not? And look, you guys are just excelling. You had a bit of a party last night, a soiree, if you will. How are you feeling today?
Well, the right way after the party, still energized, but a little tired.
Yeah, I can imagine. And I visited your offices yesterday. We met some of your startups within your portfolio. We met Mike Me, and he showed us through all his amazing mics.
I just wanted to say, you need to switch your microphone.
I know, Mike Me, help us out here. I know, we're working on that. So I met some of your emerging startups, and it's really interesting what you guys invest in. I mean, obviously deep tech, it's a big thing for you guys. Tell me what areas you're seeing a spike in and what you're specifically interested in at the moment.
So honestly, we are a founder-driven organization. So
founder-friendly, right?
Founder-friendly, founder-focused. So I didn't see myself investing in a microphone company.
Right.
But I met Philip and I met his team, and then we were sold. So that's how Speedinvest is a little. We're not so hypothesis-driven. We're more really at the end of the day, seed stage. It's so much about founders that you need to really be very flexible and find those people that you believe in. And of course, we do have areas of focus. We have a lot of investments in the fintech space. We are number one. We just has been ranked number one for the third time in a row, I think, in Europe in terms of activity in fintech.
Fantastic.
We are also very active in deep tech because we have an office in San Francisco where we have a team that actually helps out our companies to build business. And then if it gets broad, we do actually, for example, do quite a few hardware investments that probably not a lot of VCs would dare to do, like Mike Me.
Yes, absolutely.
And in a region in Central Europe, in Austria, we have a very broad deal flow, so we also do all kinds of stuff. Yeah.
I love that, and it is so important. The same here with Parlay Me. Our philosophy is that 80% of what you invest in is the person, and 20% the business model. You can always scale the business model. You can't really change the people. But no, it's very true. So tell me, it takes a team, right? At Speedinvest, you have an incredible team. Tell me a little bit about how you've built your team at Speedinvest to really harbour and bring on the best of the best.
Well, so we are a bit of a weird fund. We have a typical fund of our size, 100 million, has 3-4 partners typically. We have 12.
Right.
So that means that that's actually a very different beast of company than a 3-4 person fund model. So it has a lot more diversity, a lot more different characters. We come from all kinds of backgrounds. We have Maria-Lena Ametsreiter has been CEO of a huge telco company in Slovenia, for example. Mickey Breitenbrücker, the investment manager of Mike Me, has been founder of Last FM in London. I've been entrepreneur all my life. Stefan Kleestil has been on the banking side for many years. It's very diverse, and that's what I try to do. I think it's very dangerous for VCs to be too homogeneous, because then you don't lay over on top of each other different perspectives and really find the best deals. That's what we try to do. It's challenging. It's also different locations, 9-hour time zone. But we like it. Yeah.
Oh, that's awesome. And tell me, you don't invest, so to speak, with companies that are pre-seed, so like they have to have proof of concept or a product rather to market. Is that how it works?
That's correct. We have so we invest roughly 500k plus minus. We also invest a lot of our times, especially on the go-to-market and sales side.
Right.
So for that we need a product. We can't help if there's no product.
Yes.
We do have a joint venture with Pioneers actually, Pioneers Ventures.
Yes.
And Pioneers Ventures is 100% focused on pre-seed, so we do have an offering there, and can do small tickets.
And do you guys take like a board role? Like, how does it work for you guys? How do you split that?
We take a board role, of course. We typically are the lead investor, and we then try to take on very specific operational tasks. That's why we have so many partners and a broad team, because we actually do take very specific, much more operational tasks than typically VC would do. I like that because I don't think you can really understand a company if you don't work together. It's just board meetings. It's good, but it's easy to get lost in PowerPoint.
So you're a bit more hands-on. To that note, like every startup is different, obviously, and how it works, and obviously with different founders. But how often you kind of check in? Is it quarterly? Is it monthly? Is it weekly? Like, how hands-on can you guys get?
Daily.
And
it's not
when you're operational, right?
And that's the point. I had VCs in my company, and I hated them checking in on me. That's annoying.
Sure.
So we're not checking in. We're actually taking tasks. So, for example, I don't know, Eric or Marcel in San Francisco, they get a business card from that company, and actually are working with them and selling. So it's a different relationship. You're actually providing value, and you're losing together, you're winning together. And in that routines, of course, you get to know the company in a very different level and eye to eye, and not in this strange...
You become a team, right?
At least for the first year, we try to insert ourselves as a team. It's not always easy, and often things don't work out, but at least you see the things that don't work out much sooner than you're just in the boardroom.
Absolutely, it's so true. So tell me, you've been an entrepreneur, you mentioned, most of your life. To that point, when did you realise you're an entrepreneur? Because we know it's such a, it's a wild ride being an entrepreneur, both for startups and investors. One day things are going great, then they're not. You don't think they are, then they're going great again. When did you decide that you're okay with that type of lifestyle?
I don't know. I mean, of course, as any other entrepreneur, you kind of slip into this. But for me, it was actually a pretty clear decision. I was doing my PhD at Columbia University in New York, and I finished my field exams, and I was working already for a year on my thesis. And in parallel to that, I already had my company up and running in Vienna with 2-3 friends of mine working out of Vienna. I worked out of New York.
Yes.
And then so it became pretty clear. So it's either I go academic and become a professor and live at some Midwestern university, or I go back to Vienna and throw away the PhD thing and do that. And I took that decision, and I never looked back, and it was absolutely the right thing for me
to do.
Yes,
clearly the right decision. So tell me, there's someone that inspires us in all our lives. It may be your wife, maybe your mum, maybe your children, maybe your dog, or maybe someone like a Richard Branson or an Elon Musk. Is there someone that's really stood out to you? And it could be a startup, it could be someone in your portfolio that you've been, that's kind of the pinnacle for you, or what success is, I guess, and it can be failure too, success comes with failure, that you've that's pretty much it. That embodies being an entrepreneur.
No, I'm not so much a mentor-driven person,
Right.
or a person that looks up to somebody,
Yeah.
looks down on somebody.
Right.
That's never been my mode of
That's
operandi.
interesting too, yeah.
So I don't have a
Yeah.
star that I
Yeah.
admire.
You drive yourself.
I like people.
Yes, good.
I like
good.
a lot of people, like a lot
Right.
of my founders.
Yes.
And I think some of them are amazing.
You can't choose any over the others, like choosing a favorite child, right?
Exactly, but this is actually my wife, and I admire her a lot.
Hi, oh, gorgeous. Oh, she looks beautiful. So is she from Vienna as well?
She's actually from the countryside in Austria. She grew up on a very tough, small little village on the border to Czech Republic, and so she comes with a very different background. And I think that's another
Compliment,
great,
right?
very complimentary.
Absolutely. Now, one question we love to ask here at Carl and this is the most serious question, so prepare yourself for this one, Oliver. No, in all seriousness, if you were a gambling man, and I'm kind of guessing, every investor, entrepreneur has to take an element of risk, right? What we call calculated risk.
More or less.
Exactly, very calculated. If you were a gambling man, would you be a poker, a roulette, or a blackjack player?
You know what? I've never been in a casino in my life.
Wow. Well, there you go. There you go, folks. He's pure. He's pure. Except you do gamble a little bit in life, right?
I am a very fast decision maker with startups.
Yes.
And there I totally take risk, and I love doing it, and I have no problem losing.
Yes.
But I'm not, I don't know, this gambling for the sake of it is, and then especially without people on the other side, is not my I do poker sometimes with friends, so that's fun.
Cat's out of the bag. No, we all like a little bit of poker in our lives. Well, look, there's always an element of risk in everything you do, and, making it strategic and calculated is always the best way to go about it. Look, it's such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you.
And how can people I know you guys get inundated, we all do every day. I have a startup, and I'm an entrepreneur, I'm a founder. But how is the best way someone can get, blip on your radar? Like, obviously the cold email, maybe that works for you. Maybe it's a warm handshake. Like, what is it that really kind of spikes your interest in people?
So, of course, we want to be approachable. We are not those guys that say you have to come through the network or something. I don't think that works. But the reality is, being recommended by a founder that we already trust, that's of course, it's an obvious one, but that really makes a big difference.
Right.
So if you have somebody that is already working with us and vouches for you, because it's so much about this trust level and about
the right fit.
signaling. It's so hard to find those signals around people. So that's a big one. So if you have somebody that we like, talk to.
Yes, absolutely. So referrals are a big one. Well, look, enjoy the festival. It's day 2. Are you speaking? What are you doing? You're judging at the festival. Is that right?
Yeah, they didn't talk yesterday, and today I'm on the jury to grill the startups.
Busy man. And my final question, because it's very important. Why do you think Pioneer Festival is so important to the Vienna ecosystem? Because obviously it's growing. I think it's in its 8th year.
Yep.
Have you been to every one?
Yeah, I mean, we actually started this together with the Pioneer guys back
well,
in 2011.
there you go. Fantastic. So you know it well and truly. But what do you think? It's getting bigger every year, clearly. And people come from further and further each time.
It's becoming global. And I don't know, I've been to so many conferences, and for me, Pioneers, apart from the whole Hofburg thing with the Emperor Palace, that's of course different.
Right.
But at the end of the day, there's a commitment to excellence, I think, in everything they do, and they really care about this. I don't know, I've been to so many startup conferences, sorry to say, in the US, where it's in some hotel, and you get a Diet Coke and some sandwich, and that's it.
Absolutely.
And this is different. This is curated. This is every single detail is good, and I think that makes it.
It's jam packed. I mean, the schedule, I can't choose what to do or where to be.
Yeah.
So it's definitely an awesome conference or festival. I love it that it's a festival. Yeah. Well, look, thank you for your time. I wish you all the best today. And if you're in Vienna, or shoot him a line if you like. I'm just joking.
Seriously, that's our job. Yeah.
Absolutely. Thank you, Oliver.
Thank you.
Cheers.
Good to
Guys, so we're sitting back here in the Hofburg Imperial Palace, and I'm here with Georg and also Florian from Advantage Austria. Hi guys.
Hello.
I do know you, so I don't need to introduce ourselves. We spent the last 2 days going on like a startup tour of Vienna. It's been jam-packed. You guys helped put together this itinerary, right?
Yes, so that was the idea, to not only give you the possibility to attend the Pioneers Festival, but also get a little sense of what's going on in Vienna and the startup scene here. And so we hope that we had a good mix for you.
You have been jam-packed, and we went to Speedinvest, we went to the university. I mean, where haven't we been? We're now here at Pioneers Festival. This is like day 2 of Pioneers Festival. So how are you guys holding up? Did you go out last night? Or did you stay in? Tell us the truth.
Of course we were going out last night.
Right?
There were 2 after parties right after each other,
Yes.
but I have to admit I went to bed like 1 a.m. So.
Oh wow, you're looking fresh as a daisy, Florian. You are a youngster though, what we call a young'un. So tell me, how long have you been at Advantage Austria, and how did you get involved in the whole startup ecosystem?
That's a very good question, because actually I haven't been involved with the startup ecosystem before I joined Advantage Austria.
Right.
I joined in last summer, directly after an internship I had
Yes.
at Advantage Austria. My boss offered me a job and I said, no, actually I don't want to take it. And then I just had to return to Austria for like 24 hours. And then I immediately texted him an email and said, I'm reconsidering, I will take this job,
Oh,
is it still
really?
available? And he got back to me and said, yes, we can send. And I joined in the summer. And I'm doing this now for, like 8 months already. We actually started at the same time, like around the same time.
Really? So you're from Vienna, right?
I'm from the suburbs of Vienna.
the
It's like
suburbs.
that Long Island of it's to New York. It's like
Yes.
my hometown to Vienna.
Yes, fantastic. But it is kind of home, you know. So when you come back here, does it feel like home or?
It feels definitely like home.
Yeah, because you went to college here and whatnot. And Georg, you're from Vienna as well, correct?
Yes,
Yes.
born and raised in Vienna, in the western part called Hückendorf,
Oh.
and it's always good to be back here.
Right? I mean, it's absolutely beautiful. It is the summer focus, so it's awesome. So tell me a little bit, and I'll come back to you, Florian. I want to know how you got involved in Advantage Austria and what you guys do, because I know obviously you really do a lot of promotions for the trade, for exports and imports. I'd love to know how you got involved in this realm.
Sure, so my first touching point was actually many years ago as a trainee in Toronto, so that was my first gig. But now more recently, I had some experience in the US before. I was teaching in New York at the Institute of Technology and did some consultancy work there. So that was my first year in New York, I would say. And at the end of this year, I went to the West Coast to work with StartX. This is Stanford's accelerators program, startup accelerator program.
You know, just Stanford, you know, no biggie.
Yeah, just a small university.
You know, may have heard of it.
Yeah, a small university on the West Coast. And that was exciting because it brought me right into the heart of where the action is in Silicon Valley.
Yes.
And I actually thought of staying, but then I got a grant for my PhD, so I went back to Austria to complete it,
Nice.
which didn't really work out because Advantage Austria then reached out to me. Just half year too
They
early.
got you. They got you.
They got me. Yeah. So PhD is still open and going, but
okay.
I'm very excited about this new job, and especially by the idea to bridge Austria and Silicon Valley
Yes.
in business, science, technology, and also the arts. So it's a very broad mission, but a very narrow focus on the Bay Area, and it's exciting to work across these two worlds.
Yes. So to that point, what's the Valley interested in? Like, what Austrian kind of imports or startups? Like, what verticals are they really hot about at the moment?
So you see, if you look at the relation between Austria and Silicon Valley, I think the IoT field can be very interesting. So Internet of Things,
Yeah.
basically putting sensors on real-world machinery and equipment. So Austria and especially Central Europe have a very strong history in manufacturing
And smart cities and whatnot.
smart cities and so on. So putting this extra layer of intelligence and sensors on this kind of equipment really empowers producers and manufacturers to just streamline their processes, to become smarter about maintenance, and ultimately increase the bottom line.
That's awesome. Yeah, no, definitely. I think infrastructure is a big one, right? So tell me, how long have you been there? Forgive me.
Sure, almost a year now.
Almost a year. Awesome. So how often do you get back here? Like, are you there all the time, or do you come here every few months? What's the?
Yeah, every few months. Once a quarter, I would
Wow.
say. Obviously, Pioneers Festival is
It's a lot of
big
travel,
thing,
guys.
and a lot of jet lags, but that's the price you have to pay for international business, I guess.
That's it. So tell me, what is it about Pioneers Festival? Because I'm very interested. This is my first Pioneers Festival. Is your second? Oh, your first?
Yeah, it's my first
Yay!
Pioneers
It's our first one together. What about you?
fourth, fifth.
Oh wow, well you know the lay of the land. So tell me, how important is this festival to Vienna specifically, and kind of what is your drive to promote it like on the international stage?
Sure, so when I'm talking about the Austrian startup ecosystem or the startup ecosystem in Vienna, obviously you have to talk about Chinese Festival because it's such a central part to the community here. So I think it's really about community. So the festival, if you will, is just like the peak of a big like iceberg that you see, but all these great people that put this event together, they're actually very active in the ecosystem and do a lot of amazing stuff.
Takes a team, right? And an Advantage Austria is very involved. You run a competition, or you tell me what's involved with Advantage Austria when you're here at Pioneers Festival.
When we have an own booth over here, where we're trying to promote our events or what we do, because we often find it difficult, especially with startups, that they don't really know about services we offer, and we have to approach them directly. And we're doing this by being here, by being present. I mean, I also flew in here from New York just to put my face here. That you can see there's Florian.
Face in the name.
There's Florian. He's in New York. He's waiting for me. And I'm happy for every Austrian startup that contacts me and assist in the very challenging US market.
It's so important. So tell me, I know that you guys deal with startups every day, investors, entrepreneurs. Are there any particular ones that you maybe found here at the conference, or the festival, I should say, in the last few days, or that have kind of come on your desk and you're like, okay, this is an interesting one, we want to help them. Like, can you mention any of your favourite babies?
Yes, I think you met some of them as well. Like on our tour, I think MicMe is a great product, like a microphone, handheld microphone.
I know, I need one, guys.
I like that too, but it's just like really big, so it's very handy. So I think they could also be very interesting for the American market, since it's a sexy product and a great backend to it. So that's a good one to mention. But many more. So.
Right, they're everywhere, around every corner of this palace. What about you, Florian?
I mean, I actually tried to promote one of our pitching events that we're holding in September in New York. I was actively trying to get into a try for this, but always having in mind the US market of every company, because you really need the US market for the product, because the market is so big, it's so tough in the US. You need the US market.
It's so different, right? So you obviously think of the challenges these startups have, and they may have a proof of concept here in Austria or somewhere in Europe, and they need to bridge that gap or find that market. So how do you go about finding it? It's all about partnerships, right? So how do you help with those partnerships, those introductions, what do you do exactly?
I mean, you already mentioned that the most important thing we're doing is trying to build a bridge between Austrian companies that know about the market and their US counterparts. We help them, trying to connect them with the right people in the right spots, trying to get them known to programs that offers New York, that offers the US, accelerator programs, incubators, helping them find an office space. All these initial crucial steps, visa and immigration. Try getting to the US. It's easy, but try staying there. It's actually really hard. So,
and what's the right co-working space? There's so many co-working spaces now. It's like, what's the right one for your startup? You know,
So for us, it's an interesting setup in Silicon Valley. Since we have a joint venture, if you will, with the foreign ministry, and we actually located in a co-working space. So this is kind of a new model where basically we have an office within a bigger office, and this helps us a lot. As just Florian said, it's all about connections and relationships, and being present in this co-working space helps us to expand our network, but also for the startups that we invite and we meet there, they can instantly just grab a coffee and talk to people who are there as well. So I think it's a very successful model, and we receive very good feedback from our community there. So
you're the man to know when you go to, and Florian's the man to know if you go to New York. So valid got the New York cover here. Guys, I want to know a little bit about you guys, because we have two last questions. They're both very important here at Pioneer. One a little more than the other. You know, inspiration comes from everywhere, right? It can come from your father, it can come from your sister, it can come from your dog. No, but seriously, like, is there an entrepreneur or someone, you can name a Richard Branson, Elon Musk, but someone that kind of stands out to you, or it could be a startup, right? You've seen bridge that gap, that you've taken from Austria into another market, you know, vice versa. And you're like, okay, that is for you the pinnacle of entrepreneurship and the startup. So we come to that for your concept.
just being in Silicon Valley is inspiring.
Right.
So it's hard to pick a particular person, but it's more the network and like the exchange with so many bright minds that are like in this dance ecosystem there. So just by being there and exchanging ideas and hearing about their big visions, kind of like urges you to also think bigger and think wider and say, okay, what other services can I provide to the Austrian company? So also personally, what I'm interested in, where can I improve? So I think it's a very
It's the whole show
contagious.
for you. It is contagious, and you know everyone. But let's just point that out. It's kind of everyone at Pioneers Festival walking through the corridors and saying, hey. It's like Jeremy Ryan. What's going on? Is it because you've been here so many times, or is everyone knows you?
I guess, yeah. It's like as I said, 4th or 5th time festival. I grew up in Vienna, and I'm concerned with the topic of innovation, entrepreneurship now for many years. So I guess I'm old. That's how it all develops.
I think you work super hard and it shows, and you have a great reputation. I can see that, so it's awesome. What about you? Who inspires you?
Well, thank you for taking away part of my answer.
You're welcome.
Letting me go first. No, every entrepreneur that makes it from Austria to the US and is successful there is kind of inspiring to me.
Yeah.
But you also meet many Austrians that already made it in the US market.
Right.
In various fields. We have good chefs, for example. We have great wine exporters. We have chief scientists at pharma startups. There's billions. These people really inspire me. And I just enjoy working together with them and also meeting them. This is the best part of our job. I can meet up with people.
I know, right?
People somewhere. I'm out there.
Exactly.
Having afternoon drinks, having
Yeah, in New York, yes. In New York, yes. No, look, you have to be, I think, a people person, essentially be an entrepreneur. One of the days where you kind of throw away your bedroom alone, you've got to kind of have a voice, and there's companies like yourself, Advantage Austria, that give you that voice, right? So it's really important. And my final question, I want you guys prepared to go for this. You know, some people are good at this question, some aren't. I'm just joking, don't worry. I wanted to see the look of fear on your face. No, I bet you guys are getting it, you know, you like to look down and I'm not endorsing it, I'm not saying you are, but I'm just thinking my head. If you were, and if you know, put your hand on your back, or should we see it and set your hand down, would you be a blackjack or roulette?
Blackjack or poker? What kind of poker?
Well, now you're getting technical on me. What do you like? You like to play?
My uncle is a big gambling man, so I play poker, I don't know, the first time. Very long time ago, straw poker, and we played 5 cards, what is it, Texas Hold'em.
Yes.
But I like blackjack as well because it goes quick and you can win or lose in it.
He likes to mix it up, guys. Mix it up. I like
Mix it up, yeah, poker, blackjack, I like it both. Roulette is too much luck, you cannot influence it that much, so not so much for me.
Okay, thank you, man. I like that. What about yourself?
I guess I would go with blackjack because you can actually beat the system. Unfortunately, it's forbidden, so to count cards and stuff like that. But
You count cards?
You can crack the code. You can crack the code.
Honestly, it's forbidden. Like, they don't like learn it so by heart, but in theory, it's possible, and I like this aspect.
He's counting cards.
He likes a challenge in life. He likes a challenge. I like
I
that.
would be counting cards if I was working for that.
You never know. No, look, guys, you guys are awesome. You put together such an incredible itinerary for us, and thank you guys. If you get a chance, now if people want to like get in touch with Advantage Austria, how should they go about it? Do they submit? You know, do you have to be an expert exporter? Do you have to be, you know, a novel exporter? Like, you know, what level do you have to be at to kind of get involved with you guys?
I mean, it's actually pretty easy to get involved with us. There is only one recommendation, although we help basically everyone just be an Austrian company, and then all of our services are basically available for you.
That's pretty easy. That's pretty easy. You guys can get involved. You know.
Free of charge also, so basically market research, providing you with knowledge, that's
Yeah, you're doing a lot of research.
getting you in touch with the right people.
It's okay. Well, you guys are doing an awesome job. Thank you so much. Enjoy the festival. I know you have lots to do and say, so thank you for your time. And where can I put it? It's at advantageaustria.org.
The website is advantageaustria.org/US for the
Perfect. And you can find you guys on LinkedIn. You can send them an email. You can pick up the phone. You can call them. Or you can come to Austria. Pioneers Festival next year and make a good example. So thank you guys.
Great to have you here.
Absolutely, so good to meet you. Thank you.
Yes.
Oh yeah, behind the camera. Couldn't have done it without you. Thank you.
Love in the middle, in the middle, in the middle. Could you love me more, just a little, just a little?
So guys, we're here at Pioneer. It's day 2 and we're with Marek from Riftcart. Hello. You have a really cool booth here and I can see that you're from Poland, correct?
Yes.
Yes, well, yes, you have that accent. So tell me, you've got some VR technology here.
Yeah.
What's going on?
So we are a Riftcart company and we are making a V-Reach technology. And what it does, it lets you use DC virtual reality content and games with inexpensive mobile virtual reality headset. Basically, what it does is you install our software onto the PC and onto your phone, and your PC starts to think that your phone is an HTC Vive headset worth €800 or dollars.
Wow, so you've hacked it.
It's
You've broken it.
yeah, kinda. I mean, virtual reality right now is working to get the mainstream attention, but one of the obstacles is the cost of PC VR headsets.
Point of entry.
Yeah, the best content for virtual reality is on the PC because of the computing power that PC provides. Phones are limited in that regard. So thanks to our technology, it's much cheaper and easier to get into PC VR gaming without making upfront investment for HTC Vive or Oculus Rift. Of course, when you try our software, you can always switch the more expensive solutions, which of course will be better. But if you want to enter PC VR gaming, you can go to riftcart.com and try it out. It's free to try.
So it's a software you just install on your PC, on your phone. It's not some hardware you have to buy, but it actually acts like that software that the other expensive hardware you traditionally have to buy. So did you create this? Did you code this yourself? Are you an engineer? How did you do this?
No, I have a computer science background, but I am more of a business person now. I have 2 magicians, our engineers that are working on the technology. We have also Kasia on our team. She's a designer. She designed the look of the entire software.
Great design. Yeah.
She made it as easy to use as possible, and we have Magic with our business developer. He's with me here, and that's how our team looks like. It's pretty small, but we're dreaming big, and we hope that this software will become very big. That this software will disrupt the virtual reality industry. It's already happening. We're having over 150,000 registered users already, which is pretty high for a virtual reality company. And that's what we are doing.
I love it. Congratulations. And how old or how young is your company?
We founded our company in 2015, and it was in June. And then we developed another solution, but we pivoted our company in March 2016. We released the software, and from then on we exploded. People got a lot of interest in the software, and now you just need your phone, an Android phone, and a simple little cardboard that you can get like for free or buy it for $5 somewhere on the internet, and then you can just play 5 games like Project Cars, Elite Dangerous, Minecraft, Minecraft mode, Subnautica, War Thunder, Lucky Sand, and plenty of other games that are really beautiful and really great in virtual reality.
I love it. And when you say you exploded, like what's your user base like? Like obviously you're live, right? So can you speak to the numbers or what geographic is it mainly in Europe? Is it US based?
Most of our, maybe not most, but 40% of our users are from the USA.
Fantastic.
But we have users from all around the globe, like Russians, a lot of people here from Europe, from Asia, and we even have one person from Antarctica.
Oh, there's one person in Antarctica.
Yeah, he sent us an email and said that how long does the premium status is remembered when there's no internet connection, because he's at the station in Antarctica, and he loses the connection.
Oh dear, well he's ambitious and you guys are helping him by the looks of things. So where can people find out more info? Can they go to reefcat.com?
Yeah, you can go to reefcat.com, you can try the application for free.
Yes.
The free version lets you play for 10 minutes. After 10 minutes it will disconnect, but you can start again and again and again.
Oh.
And the full version costs €15 and $15 in USA.
Wow.
And it's a one-time payment and all the future updates comes for free, so it's really affordable.
Well, look, congratulations. You have proof of concept and you have a presence here at Pioneers Festival. Tell me, what are you looking to achieve here at Pioneers Festival? Are you looking to raise awareness, raise fundraising? Where are you at?
Okay, so basically right now we are very self-sufficient financially because we had this major success.
Right.
But right now we are seeking first publicity, which we are doing right now.
Yes.
And we're looking for business partners and other startups in virtual reality space because our software is very great for B2B market as well. For example, let's imagine that you are a game developer.
Yes.
You want to have a big market for your games. HTC Vives and Oculus Rift are gaining the market slowly. There's like 1 million devices on the market, but it's still not enough to commit a lot of resources to VR game design. But thanks to our technology, we increase this market to tens of millions of Google Cardboard and Gear VR users. So it's much bigger market for them. We also partner with companies who make the Google Cardboard or for example, such more sophisticated headsets.
That bad boy,
And we can work with them to increase capabilities of their phone-powered headsets to give them the possibility to play PC VR games as well.
I love it. I'm going to have a go of it after this. So
Yeah, of
you'll
course.
see that.
And we should record this.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's so we are very flexible. There's plenty of uses for our software in B2C and in B2B. So
You've got a bright future. You've got a big market to cover. Look, congratulations. I'm going to try it. Check it out, guys. Well, get the software. It's €15. I mean, that's really, that's like a sandwich, guys. Come on, you can afford it.
And it will really support us. I mean, we are full time into this, so every money that we get from payments is going to the further development. So every support will help us greatly.
And you're passionate, which is super
Of course,
important.
because this is the technology of the future. I mean, we have a lot of plans with this software. There's a lot of things that we want to do to make it even better and better. To add more support for controllers, for more devices, and overall to make the virtual reality very cheap and very inexpensive.
Viable industry.
Exactly.
Well, thank you for your time. Such a pleasure to meet you.
Thank you very
and I
much.
wish you all the best. Thank you.
Overcomplicate, but it's simple. When you love me more, just a little. So tell me now, when every star falls from the sky and every last heart in the world